Welcome all of you to my channel. Today we are going to talk about what will come in the year 2023, a drama movie about Tuhog. I hope you will like the story of this movie. The story begins with army soldiers who were undergoing very tough training. Among them was a man named Michael. After the training was over, Michael was very scared because today he had to propose his girlfriend Abby for marriage, but he was not able to understand how to propose Abby for marriage. Seeing Michael upset, one of his friends comes to him and asks him the reason for his being upset. On this, Michael told her that he is about to propose to girlfriend Abby, but he does not understand what will happen next. Hearing this, his friend tells him that he need not be afraid, because Abby loves you very much and she will definitely accept your proposal. This boosted Michael's morale a bit, after which he comes to his home. Now at night, when Michael was in his house, he saw that Abby had prepared dinner very nicely. Seeing all this, Michael becomes very happy and hugs Abby and proposes to her. On this, Abby says that first you have to propose me properly and only then I will respond to this. Hearing this, Michael gets down on his knees and proposes to Abby, and Abby accepts his proposal. Now both of them can't stop this happiness for long and both of them become intimate with each other. The next day, when Michael was going to his work, he gets a call. He learns that his father Roldan has suffered a heart attack and is currently in the hospital. Michael was very upset to hear this, but he tells Abby that he is not going to meet them. In fact, Michael and his father Roldan did not get along at all and they had not met for many years. But because Roldan's condition was very bad, Abby tells Michael that he should go and see his father once. Shortly after, Abby and Michael go to visit Roldan in a hospital. They learned that Roldan is now fine and is slowly recovering. Then as soon as Roldan regains consciousness, Michael and Abby take him to their house. After reaching there, Abby was quite surprised because Roldan was very rich and his house was very big. The next day, when Abby comes home with vegetables from the market, Roldan starts helping Abby in picking the vegetables. And during this time, Michael's phone accidentally falls from his hands and breaks. Seeing this, Michael gets angry and abuses his father, which Abby also sees. That's why when Michael was in his room, Abby goes to him and tells him that you should not talk to your father like this, and they didn't break your phone on purpose. On this, Michael says that his mother died when he was young, and instead my father is always busy with his work. He used to remain busy. He never gave me time, and maybe that's why Michael was so distant from his father. He hates it. Abby says, all this is very old thing. You should forget all this and make a new beginning. And this is the perfect timing because we are going to get married very soon. Roldan approaches Michael as he sits outside, and he started apologizing to his son Michael. There's a little conversation between them during which Roldan tells her that I was not able to give you time in your childhood, but I will give all my time to your child and we will always be together. Hearing this, Michael becomes emotional and finally forgives his father. Next day, everyone had lunch together as everything was going well between them now. Meanwhile, Roldan gives some money to his son Michael because Michael had taken a loan to build his house. Now Michael took the money and Abby was also very happy about that. Next day, when Michael was in his army camp, the commander comes there and he tells everyone that terrorists have entered our border. That is why we have to do a surgical strike as soon as possible, and this mission is going to be very dangerous. Along with this, he also tells the soldiers to spend some time with their families, because maybe one of you might never return from this mission. After this, Michael comes home and tells this to his father and Abby. He tells Abby that you should stay here with my father and take care of him. Here in the camp, the commandos prepare a plan for the surgical strike, after which when Michael goes to his friend, he is very upset because he was scared that if something happened to him, what would happen to his family? Michael encourages his friend and tells him that nothing is going to happen to us. We will definitely meet our family again. When Michael came home at night, he was very worried because he had to go on his mission the very next day. Then Abby comes there and gives Michael his ring back and tells him, you give it to me only after you return from the mission, so that after this happens you will definitely return and then we will get married. Michael was very emotional after hearing this and the two come closer. Now the next day, Michael said goodbye to Abby and Roldan and went on his mission. A week later, Abby was sitting with one of her friends, Ruby. She was extremely upset because a whole week had passed and Michael had not yet even called her. Abby was getting worried when she gets a call from Michael, but due to poor network, they are unable to talk much. Then a doctor named David comes to Abby and tries to talk to her. Actually, David liked Abby deep inside, and because Abby was also committed to Michael, she ignores him. Then when Abby was at home, Roldan's girlfriend Rita, who was Roldan's business partner, was there. She comes to Roldan's house to get him to sign some papers. Roldan introduces Rita to Abby, and then both of them went to the upstairs room. Immediately after entering the room and taking the signatures, both of them started coming closer, and the very next moment, both of them became intimate. The next day, Rita arrives while Abby and Roldan are having dinner. Rita suspects Roldan and Abby are having an affair. Then when Abby was with her friend, Dr. David came there and again tried to talk to Abby, but Abby tells him clearly that she is going to marry Michael soon. And after hearing this, David apologized to Abby and left from there. That same night, Rita visits Roldan again and asks him about Abby. Actually, Rita was very suspicious that Roldan was having an affair with Abby, but here Roldan assures him that there is nothing like that. Abby will soon be marrying her son Michael. On the other hand, we see Michael, who is fighting the terrorists along with his companions. During the same time, a massive attack takes place on everyone in which many people including Michael die. When Abby and Roldan get this news, they both become very sad. And now that Michael was dead, Abby began leaving Roldan's house. But Roldan told him to stay here because he knew that Abby was broken by Michael's death and he might take some wrong step. In such a situation, we see Abby for a few days who remains upset the whole day. And to forget his sorrow, he also started drinking. One day when she is very drunk, Roldan picks her up and goes to her room to put her to sleep. During that time, due to being intoxicated, Abby was seeing Michael and Roldan, and because of this Abby kissed Roldan, but Roldan was fully conscious and he felt all this was wrong, so he immediately left from there. Next day, when both of them were having dinner, they started talking about the incident of the previous night. Abby apologizes to Roldan, but Roldan said that it was not your fault, because you were very drunk yesterday. After this, a few days pass like this, and we see that Roldan and Abby are very happy together. One day, when Roldan was showing Michael's childhood photos to Abby became very emotional. Seeing this, Roldan took care of him, and during that time, both of them became very close. Roldan and Abby kiss, and then both of them spent the whole night with each other. The next day, Abby gets a call, and he learns that Michael is still alive. Michael survived the terrorist attack. Both Abby and Roldan were very happy to hear this, but both of them were quite confused about whatever had happened between them last night. Next, Roldan and Abby rushed to the hospital, where he came to know that Michael had been captured by the terrorists. They tortured Michael a lot, but Michael was lucky that they left him. Now, after being discharged from the hospital, Michael was at his home, but he was still not completely cured. After facing a lot of torture, he started getting nervous even over small things. Roldan and Abby also see this, and they realize that they have to take good care of Michael. The next day, Abby meets her friend Ruby and tells him that she has cheated on Michael. Ruby believes Abby cheated on Michael with David, but when Abby tells her that she cheated Michael along with Michael's father, Ruby is also shocked to hear this. She tells Abby that you did this very wrong, and from today onwards, never repeat this mistake. That same night when Michael and Abby are together, Michael puts the ring on Abby's finger and proposes to her again, after which both were very happy in each other's arms. But then suddenly Michael started remembering the torture done by the terrorist, and Michael started having seizures because of this. And the very next moment Michael became very aggressive, but after a while he becomes completely fine again and apologizes to Abby. The next day Michael started having seizures again, and he started coming and going inside the house screaming loudly. Now some days pass like this. One day Roldan was looking at photos of himself and Abby. Just then Rita arrives there. After seeing the photos, she becomes convinced that Roldan is having an affair with Abby. Rita was very angry at this and she immediately went to Michael and told him, "Your girlfriend is having an affair with someone." Michael was very angry after hearing this, but Roldan comes to him and explains to him that Abby never loved anyone else but you, and I never saw her with any other boy when you were not here. Hearing this, Michael calms down a bit, but doubt had started rising in his mind. That is why he started keeping a secret eye on Abby. One such day, when he sees Abby with David, he gets angry and goes to David and points a gun at him. Somehow Abby convinces him and brings him home. After coming home, Michael started yelling at Abby again, and in anger he left the house and went straight to a bar. There he found a girl who was ready to be intimate with him for money. Then both of them go to a hotel room to enjoy. Both of them had just started romancing, but Michael realizes that he is doing something very wrong, after which Michael asks the girl to leave from there, and this proves that most boys are loyal to their partners, but still it is the boys who get cheated. Here at home, Abby was very sad, so Roldan goes to talk to her, but during this time both of them were close to each other again. That time Michael also comes there and sees Abby and Roldan talking. Seeing this, Abby and Roldan feel that they both narrowly escaped. That same night, while the three are having dinner, Michael tells them how he escaped from the clutches of the terrorists. After telling his entire story, Michael takes out his gun and points it at Abby and Roldan. Because Michael found out about their affair, Michael was very angry and Abby apologizes to Michael. Michael becomes extremely extremely angry and points the gun at himself. After which the story shifts after a few days, where Roldan, AB, and Michael, all three were living in different places. Roldan comes to Michael's house and tells him that he is very sick. He also gives Michael a letter from Abby because they had broken up. In the letter, Abby apologizes to Michael for her actions. She also tells that she is leaving the city forever. After a few days, Roldan's condition became very serious. Then Michael comes to the hospital to meet her. He talks to his father and forgives him as he is on the verge of dying. In the end, both of them hug each other, and the story ends with this scene. If you like the story, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for sticking to the story till the end.